podcast. I'm your host, Austin Gerke. And for today's show, it is Prediction Friday, so I'm going to give you the games list for the other sports. Plus, I'll give you my pick for Super Bowl 55 between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Although, if you've been following this show since September, you already have known who I'm picking. I picked Kansas City and Tampa to play in the Super Bowl. Yes, that prediction was final way back in September. You can go back on the September 9th when I did a preview show for the NFL. Okay, I did the preview show on September 9th. You can go back to that episode. You're going to have to do a little bit of high scrubbing, meaning you're going to have to fast forward probably until the 20-minute mark in order to get the Super Bowl pick. But I did pick these two teams to play in the Super Bowl. And I picked the Bucs. And believe it or not, I'm still going to pick the Bucs. I mean, for those that have been watching on Rumble or IGTV, again, hi, you've seen this banner behind me. That was the 2003 Super Bowl year when the Bucs beat Oakland 48-21. Now, the game's not going to be that way. I'll give you why towards the end of the show and the before I go stuff. But I'm still picking the Bucs. I'll tell you why. But first, we got to get to the games list and the story coming out of the Dodgers where Trevor Bauer is now going to be a Dodger. Yes, he signed a 3-year, $105 million deal where he's going to be making $45 in year one, $40 million in year two. By the way, those are all millions. He has opt-outs after years 1 and 2, so he could just be one and done after this year. He could be one and done after year. He could be two and done, but it is a 3-year deal, which now makes, honestly, the Dodgers are the favorite to win this all. They are. They're the National League representative for the World Series. Congratulations. You're it now. Personally, for Trevor Bauer, I understand, take the money and go. But the Dodgers didn't need all that. They didn't. I mean, cool, that now, you know what that does for the Dodgers now with Trevor Bauer? That now gives you a 3-headed monster at the front of the rotation. You now have Walker Buehler as your one, your super ace. Okay? I know people still have a soft spot for Clayton Kershaw. I do too. But he's on his way down. He is not the pitcher he once was. But he'll still be good enough to be your 3. Okay? Now, if David Price actually decides to pitch this time for the Dodgers, then you have a 4-headed monster in your rotation. So I'm going to consider you have David Price, okay? So you have Trevor Bauer as your or Walker Buehler as your ace, Trevor Bauer as your 2, maybe 1B, Clayton Kershaw as your 3, and David Price as your 4. And then whoever you decide to choose out of camp could be your 5, either Julio Urias or Dustin May. But Dodger fans, you don't get to complain. You don't get to make the myth anymore that, the Yankees are just buying championships. Because you guys just did. I get it. You were the best team in a 60-game season. Okay, you were. You came back from a 3-1 deficit against the Braves. Congratulations. You beat the World Series. You beat the Rays in 6 games. Congratulations. Can you do it now with 162, which, by the way, it's still going to happen. Baseball is not worried about starting their season now. I mean, I follow Jeff Passan on Twitter, and the dude's like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, baseball's on track to do this regardless. Coronavirus is still out there, but hey, let's do this. Why not? Which I'm all for if baseball does continue to do that. But, okay. Congratulations, Dodgers. You now have another bona fide ace in your staff, and you should win the World Series, right? That's why they play the games. Now let's get to the games list. I'm going to start in the NHL as I usually do. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to get into the NHL first because that's what I do. And then I'll go college basketball and then the NBA. Let's see. Ducks, Sharks. I'm taking the Ducks. Man, First game against the Kings, and you guys surprised me and you win. Congratulations. Vegas makes their first game back since their little coronavirus scare last week. They're playing the Kings. I'm taking Vegas to win that game as well. Right now, in progress highlights, we are tied between the Bruins and Flyers. That's the second game in their little mini series. I'll take the Flyers to win that one and get a split. I know I picked them on, what was it, Monday when they last played, and Boston won in overtime. So Bruins fans, don't hate me. Just saying. Right now, the Red Wings and Lightning are tied at 1 apiece. 2:40 to go in the first period. I got the Predators and Panthers. I'm taking Florida to win. If they don't win, they'll still at least get a point because I think it'll go into overtime. But I'm taking Florida to come back and win that game. And those are the only 4 games on tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, never mind. 5 games. 5. All right, so we'll move to Saturday. Sharks and Kings game number 2. Or not Kings, sorry. Sharks Ducks game 2. I'm taking the Ducks. Canadian Senators, I'm taking Montreal. Arizona and St. Louis, I am taking the Blues. Penguins Islanders, I'm taking the Penguins. Canucks Maple Leafs, I'm taking Toronto. Oilers Flames, I am taking the Flames. Actually, 6-6, 12 points. Calgary has 9 points, 4-5-1. That's a point percentage of, let's see, they played 10 games, and they've only gotten 9 points. Okay, it's a 900 point percentage. Not bad. But I'll still take Edmonton. Devils Rangers, that game's postponed. Avs Blues, that game's postponed. Wait, really? Yeah. Avs Blues, that game's postponed. Coyotes Wild, that game's postponed. And the Sabres and Bruins are postponed for Saturday. Now, if you're going to... See, this is why I still do the games list. I know it's monotonous and kind of pointless to do, but the reason I do it is for days like Sunday, or just in case you don't really care about the Super Bowl at all, which in some cases I don't blame you. If you don't have a dog in the fight, you don't have any bets to attach it to, or you're listening to Dr. Anthony Fauci, who is a complete fraud. But if you listen to him and he recommends that you don't have a party, then I still give you the games list anyway. So let's go to Sunday. Kings Knights game number 2. I'm taking Vegas. Again, this is Sunday's schedule in hockey. Flyers Capitals. I'm taking the Flyers. Blackhawks Stars. I'm taking the Stars. Red Wings Panthers. I'm taking the Panthers. Hurricanes Blue Jackets. I'm taking the Hurricanes. And then you got 2 other games postponed. So Sunday's games, there's going to at least be 4 games, 2 during the big one in Tampa, which I will still get to. Just need to get through 2 more games lists, and then the rest of this is pure love, pure pick, and a message for Chiefs Kingdom and Bucks Nation. So let's get through the last 2 games lists of the week, and then I will give you the pick, officially kissing it for good. And the score, for that matter. So what was I going to do? Okay, so let's get to the games list. If my phone opens back up, remember, if you're watching on IGTV and Rumble, this is what I use. I know the screen's bright, but this is what I use as my notepad. Okay? That's what I use. So, let's go to college. No, let's go to the NBA first. Why not? And then I'll go to college basketball. So, we've got, here in the NBA, we got 1, 2, 3 games in progress right now. Pelicans, Pacers. I'm still going to take the Pacers. The Pelicans are leading by 3 with 9:45 to go in the second quarter. Bulls, Magic. I'm taking the Magic to beat the Bulls. That game still has 9:53 to go in its second quarter. Bucks, Cavaliers. That game is just underway. 11 minutes in. And the game's tied at 2, but I'm still taking the Bucks. Raptors, Nets. I'm taking the Nets. Jazz, Hornets. I'm taking the Jazz. Wizards, Heat. I'm taking the Heat. No pun intended. See, I have to do that every time I do a Heat game. I have to take the Heat. No pun intended. Let's see. Timberwolves, Thunder. I'm taking the Thunder. Pistons, Suns. I'm taking the Suns. And the Clippers over the Lakers. Whoops. Gotta move this off my screen here. This thing's bothering me. Go away. Remind me later. Don't care. Okay, there we go. There was stuff on my screen. No, go away. Go away. I don't care. Go away. Damn it. No. There we go. Jesus. Alright, so for those watching, I just had to block because when you get the Adobe Flash Player thing that pops up every other month or so, and it blocks your screen, me. I didn't expect that to happen. That won't be edited. I'll try to edit that out the best I can, but that'll just probably be a part of the show. And for the audio people, you got a free treat again. So anyway, where was I? Now we're on to Saturday's list in the NBA. I am taking the Trailblazers over the Knicks, the Nuggets over the Kings, the Magic over the Bulls, the Nets over the Sixers, the Hawks over the Raptors, the Bucks over the Cavs again, the Spurs over the Rockets, the Thunder over the T-Wolves, and the Warriors over the Mavs. Are there any other ones? Yeah, 2 more. I'm taking the Pelicans to beat the Grizzlies and the Lakers to beat the Pistons. Which then leaves Sunday. Trailblazers Hornets, that game's postponed. Jazz Pacers, I'm taking the Jazz. Heat Knicks, I'm taking the Heat. Again, no pun intended. Wizards Hornets, I am taking the Hornets. Celtics Suns, I am taking the Celtics. And the Clippers over the Kings to round out your NBA weekend. So again, I apologize for the blip there with trying to get Safari to close because of the Adobe Flash Player thing. I don't care. That's me. If you guys see that on this video screen, that's on me. You can leave it in the comment section. I understand. Okay? Full transparency of the show here. Full transparency. It's kind of what I thrive for outside of being right. Or outside of saying I told you so. Because, believe it or not, I can give you statistics all day long with this show. But I know you guys will be bored. That's why I don't do it. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I know you guys would be bored. I know you would. Now, we're going to get, college basketball next. And then we'll do, then I'll tell you why the Bucks are going to win, and I'll give you the score. I'll even go in depth this next time, and then you guys can decide on your own. I know, why are you talking in a whispery voice? Because I can. All right, so let's get to college basketball now. Boop. Remember, I only do the top 25. If you want me to go conference by conference, please leave that in the comments section of any of the episodes I do. Either maybe not episode 1, but all the ones that have involved, at least the ones that I started with this year. So, if you're watching on Rumble or IGTV, Rumble, it's episode 139. IGTV, it's 146 or something. Or 145. You can leave your comments if you want me to go conference by conference, but I do the top 25. So let's go. Let's see. Friday. Are there any games on Friday? No, there are not. Wow. Okay. So that means I only have to do 2 days if my phone can cooperate. Okay. Saturday, February 6th. Wait. Wow. There we go. Wait. Come on. Friday. There we go. I knew there were some games in the top 25 on a Friday. There we go. Radford, South Carolina, upstate. Radford's leading 90-60. Okay, whatever. Northern Kentucky, Milwaukee, another boring one. Northern Kentucky is winning 84-70. Detroit, okay. Are these really top 25 games? Wow, okay. Purdue FW against Detroit Mercy. Okay, Detroit Mercy is winning. Presbyterian, Gardner-Webb. Gardner-Webb is leading 43-32 at half. Northern Alabama and Florida Gulf Coast. Florida Gulf Coast is leading 30-13 with 5:33 to go in the first half. Akron, Kent State. Akron's leading 38-16. Just heading into halftime. There we go. Maryland, Penn State, that game is tied. I would still take the Terrapins to win that game. Wow. Seriously? Are there any games inside? Wow. George Mason, Dayton. I am taking the Flyers to beat George Mason tonight. That game is still at half. Dayton's up by 4. I think they'll hold on to win. Youngstown State and Robert Morris. I'll take Robert Morris. Cleveland State, Oakland. I'm taking Cleveland State to win. Wow, this is so bad. The Friday schedule is so bad. Okay, Bellmar's beating Jacksonville 38-22. Louisiana Monroe's beating UT Arlington 31-25. Wow, there's nothing. Georgia Southern is losing to Troy 27-20. 38-30. Wow. Are there any good ones? Or are these just all in the ESPN Plus crap? Oh, man, there's nothing right now. Sorry, college basketball fans. I could have sworn these were all in the top 25. I mean, I'm looking, but none of these are watchable. Marshall's beating Old Dominion. Oh, you know why? All these games are on ESPN Plus. That's why. Or ESPN 3, for that matter. UTSA is beating FIU 47-39. UC Davis and Cal State Northridge. Cal State Northridge is beating UC Davis 36-32. UC Irvine's beating CSU Bakersfield 35-27. Holy crud. UAB is beating UTEP. Wow. Okay. North Dakota's beating Denver North Dakota beat Denver 85-82. Wow. I think this is conference championship season. That's why. Oh, yeah, maybe that's why. You got UMass and Lowell. Okay. Got it. I got what this all was. This was all conference championship weekend for a lot of these schools. Got it. You got Texas State. You got Detroit Mercy. Wow. Okay, that makes more sense. Got it. Never mind, college basketball fans. I didn't forget this. It's just, these were all weird. Like, all these schools, most of you have never heard, but apparently they're inside the top 25. But, oh boy. Okay, so we're just going to jump right to Saturday. Scratch Friday, because Friday is what all those conference championship or conference tournaments now. Since we're almost to that point, I guess. Like, there really wasn't much, so we're going to just skip to Saturday now. Scratch that. There are 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got all these games on now. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, Oklahoma, Iowa State. Oklahoma wins. Alabama, Missouri, I'm taking the Tide. Virginia Tech, Miami, taking the Hokies. Kansas, West Virginia. I'm taking West Virginia. Yeah, I'll take West Virginia. From what I saw last weekend from Kansas when they played Tennessee, not pretty for the Blue Bloods this year. Not for Kentucky, not for Duke, not for Kansas, not for North Carolina. Just not good. Drake and Valparaiso, taking Drake. Okay, Florida and LSU got postponed, but I would have taken LSU. Or no, I would have taken Florida if they played. Illinois, Wisconsin. I'm taking Illinois. Houston will win against Our Lady. There literally is a school named Our Lady. Okay. Or Our Lady. Texas, Oklahoma State. I'm taking Texas. Texas Tech over Kansas State. Virginia over Pitt. Baylor and TCU got postponed, but I would have taken Baylor anyway. Purdue over Northwestern. Creighton over Marquette. Tennessee over Kentucky. And UCLA over USC. So the battle of the victory bell now hits the hardwood. And I think UCLA will win that battle. And Santa Clara and Gonzaga, that game got postponed, but Gonzaga would have won anyway. I think that's it for Saturday. And now we get to Sunday. Iowa over Indiana. Drake over Valparaiso again. And Villanova over Georgetown. Just in case you want to watch something else. But enough of the games list, Austin. You know who you're picking. You know which team I'm choosing. And if you people accuse me of being a homer, fine, so be it. But go Bucks. The Bucks will win this game. Both teams will at least score 30 points. Tampa's been averaging that this whole season. The whole postseason they have averaged 30 points. In fact, if you look back, 31, 30, 31 against Green Bay. So you do the math. I didn't go to school for math, but I can still do it in my head. That's 61, 92 divided by 3. That's 30.5 points a game. Or not 30.5, 30.6 points per game. Kansas City got 22 against Cleveland. And then they got 34 against Buffalo. So that's 56 divided by 2. That's 28 points per game. So Tampa has actually scored more in their 3 postseason games than Kansas City has in just 2. Better defense. 7th best scoring defense. Granted, the number 1 ranked run defense, which, by the way, both teams are going to have to do. Don't think that, the Bucks are the only team that have to run the ball in order to have success. Kansas City does too. But you're not going to be able to because Tampa has the best run defense in the league. Number 2. You remember this and I'm going to end it with this. Okay, a little bit of disclosure on myself. Okay, this is behind the curtain with Austin Gerke too. And by the way, this is the Before I Go segment. And if somebody wants to sponsor it, please do so. But with this one, I'm going to go behind the curtain a little bit with me. Okay, my favorite movies. What does this have to do with sports? My favorite movies are Back to the Future, 1 and 2. 3 was okay. And then you get the Rocky movies. Rocky movies 1 through 4. 5 was garbage. 6 with the Mason-Dixon fight. That's stupid. And then they just ruined it with Creed. Absolutely. Actually, they didn't ruin it. They just took the Rocky plotline and flipped the race. Which, okay, fine. Doesn't mean nothing. It didn't make it any better. But what's the point? The point is, with sequels, we know how they end. The first one, nobody knew how Rocky was. They got in a draw, right? Tom Brady made it to 10 Super Bowls. First one, he was an underdog, right? Nobody knew who Tom Brady was. Remember, that was the Super Bowl that year where they came out addressed as the New England Patriots instead of going player by player. He was an underdog that year, and guess what? The Patriots won by 3. In Rocky 2, they rematch with Apollo Creed, and Rocky wins, becomes champion. Guess what? Brady does that again with Super Bowl 38 and 9 being the only, at least the most recent quarterback in NFL history to win back-to-back Super Bowls, while Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are trying to do that again. Austin, what's your point? Get to it. Getting there. Slow. In the words of Jen Psaki, I will circle back to this. Okay? My point is... And now for Rocky 3. Hot young challenger, right? Who was the most hot young challenger that Brady had to face in his 10 Super Bowl appearances? Does anybody remember Super Bowl 49? I do. I rooted for Seattle just like some of you and most of the public did. Heck, some of the experts even took Seattle. Seattle's up by 10. Long way to go, right? Led 10 after 3. Got to midway point of the 4th, and somehow we're down by 5, had a chance, and they chose to throw the ball at the 1-yard line, and Malcolm Butler makes an interception, and the Patriots end up winning the title. And Brady was the reason why they got the lead in the first place. Now, Malcolm Butler's the reason why they won the game, but that's neither here or there. This is Ivan Drago. This Super Bowl, Super Bowl 55, Brady's 10th Super Bowl appearance, is a correlation to Rocky 4. People remember Rocky 4. Rocky, not so hot. Not really. I mean, he's done fighting, but he wants to move on with his life. He's got a kid. He and Adrian are doing okay. And there's nothing left, right? But he and Apollo have become friends at this point. They train and... Oh, by the way, Ivan Drago comes... They do it as an exhibition fight. Ends up killing Apollo. So it gives Rocky the fuel to go to Russia and do an exhibition fight against Drago and take it over again. What does this all have to do with Super Bowl 55? It's simple. The Chiefs are Ivan Drago, the newest hot shot, the team that nobody could stop. You've got Tyreek Hill, probably the fastest player in the NFL. You've got Travis Kelce, who in the AFC title game had 13 catches and 113 plus yards, right? This offense can't be stopped. It can't be slowed. But if you look at history, which I know a lot of people in this country fail to do, it's happened before. One more correlation. I know I used the video one. Alright, used the movie one. But here's one more. Remember Super Bowl 48? Now I know the Bucs are not the Legion of Boom. Let's get that clear. They're not. Okay? They've got good linebackers. Their front four is nuts and amazing. That secondary, though, is not the Legion of Boom. Tampa's secondary is not that good. Scares me still, and I'm a Bucs fan till the day I die. Still. Scares me to death what they won't be able to do. But I still have faith that they can. I know, all that was gobbledygook. Austin, who and why? I told you who already. I'm taking the Bucs. What did the movie correlation have to do with it? Simple. I've seen Tom Brady do this for 20 years. 9 Super Bowls. That means 9 years I have picked against Tom Brady. 9 years. The only time I picked for Tom Brady was Super Bowl 53, and that was the Nick Foles Super Bowl. Okay? That's when he threw for 500 plus yards, and he lost by 8. I understand he's lost 3 Super Bowls, but he's only lost to 2 teams. He's 1-0 against Patrick Mahomes. My point is, with the video correlation and why I had to use that is simple. I've seen this movie before. We know how this ends. Tom Brady will probably win again. And all of you Brady haters and most of you diehard Chiefs fans up there in Chiefs Kingdom in Kansas City are going to have your hearts eaten out again. All you Brady haters are going to go on social media on Sunday night and you're going to hate it. You're going to say F Brady and all this stuff. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Brady's going to do this again. And if he does, not only will I say I told you so on Monday, but it'll be on my birthday too. And I can say it's the best birthday present ever. Now, as far as the rest of the... I know all that was gobbledygook, but what is the score? 34-31, Tampa Bay. So let me repeat that one more time. 34-31. Patrick Mahomes will probably go, 25 of 27, or not even 27, but 20 of 28. Throw for 250. Get a couple touchdowns. But the key stat line the Bucs have to do is make him turn the ball over. And what's going to happen? He'll have 2 interceptions. And the Bucs will get 14 points off those interceptions. They'll get 14 points off them. And that's where they'll get that from. How many times will Patrick Mahomes get sacked? Probably 3 times. How many catches will Travis Kelce have? Probably 7 or 8. Tyreek Hill's probably going to have 4. But it ain't going to mean nothing. Because those 2 interceptions. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is going to throw 2 more interceptions. He's going to throw 2. Just like he did in Super Bowl 54 a year ago. But this time, unlike Jimmy G, Tom Brady will finish the deal. So one more time, it's 34-31, Tampa Bay over Kansas City. And for Chiefs Kingdom, my final message here before I end this show. You may have the king now, but you're playing the GOAT. All hail the GOAT. Go Bucs! Thank you for listening and watching the Austin Dotted Podcast. I've been your host, Austin Gerke. You can listen to this show on Spotify, Google, Apple if you know the trick, Deezer, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, and of course the hosting service that started this entire thing. Make sure you can follow the show on Podbean as well. Just search for the Austin Dotted Podcast. If you have been listening to the show on Amazon Music, and you have an Alexa-enabled device, just say, "Hey Alexa, play the Austin Dotted Podcast on Amazon Music." You can also follow me on Twitter. My handle is @Austin_Gerke for post-show interaction. And you can also follow the show's Facebook page. Just search for the Austin Dotted Podcast. Oh, and you can also listen to this show on SoundCloud as well, which leads me to Instagram. If you're watching this show on IGTV, hi. If you want to watch this show on IGTV and you get all the future uploads for this episode, for this show, follow me on Instagram. My handle is @AustiSpamonti. And if you want to listen to this show on Instagram, please follow the show on SoundCloud as well. One more. I think if you want to watch this show on Rumble, or if you are watching this show on Rumble, again, hey guys, what's up? Just search AD Gerke. That is AD and my last name, which is GEHRKE. Again, that is ADGEHRKE. The only letter that is capitalized is the letter A. And what is this? Just make sure that you have the search set to channels, not videos. But once you search for AD Gerke, you will get all the episodes from episode 1 all the way to today's episode, which is episode 153. So, I'm going to say this one more time. All hail the GOAT. Go Bucs. BUCCANEERS. Go Bucs. And for the Austin Dotted Podcast, I'm your host, Austin Gerke, and I will see you guys Monday for my special birthday bash. Who knows what will happen, but peace out.